Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Apple and Orange line and to a live stream out here. I am at the Yakima Electric Railway Museum for the 100th anniversary celebration of their locomotive number 298. It's a GE Steeple electric locomotive that was delivered new 100 years ago right here at the Yakima Valley Transportation Company. Now it's known as the Yakima Valley Trolleys. It's a nonprofit organization. For a long time, this railroad was owned by Union Pacific. I hope you can hear me because I'm not sure how the sound and the mic is here, but I just thought I would go ahead and start the live stream. The trolley is actually, I'm out here on the Pine Street line. The trolley is actually way down here on Pine Street. It's way down there, about 6 blocks. I'm sorry, the locomotive and the trolley. They've got a trolley, I think it's 1976. There's 2 trolleys here that are Brill type Portuguese trolleys that were made under license from Brill in Porto, Portugal. And they were brought over here for the bicentennial in 1976. And so there's 2 trolleys, 1976 and 1776. And I think the one they're running today is 1976. And the locomotive number 298, which is 100 years old this month. So it was delivered in September 1922. And my family actually moved here in 1920. So it's kind of in my own history, it's kind of in line with that. But anyway, so behind me here is the trolley barn and the electric powerhouse that runs the system. This used to be a very large scale interurban electric traction line. Right now there's just 2 lines. The one that went way out into what's called West Valley, which is a farming agricultural area where they grow mostly apples. That's what these trains were used for, was hauling apples in from the farms into the packing houses here in town. Got a guy with a loud stereo on his bike here. Awesome. So they had 2 lines. One went out to West Valley, and it was mostly decommissioned about 20 years ago. And but they had, if you can see behind me here, the tracks in the street here. They had all these tracks running down the middle of the streets on a lot of the main roads in town. They'd go around corners. They'd kind of cut through these vacant lots that were on a lot of main corners in town. So a lot of that's been redeveloped into fast food restaurants and things. One of the last remaining lots was a local developer was tired of driving by and seeing the blight, the vacant lot, and graffiti and stuff. And so they took it over from the city, or with the permission of the city, they turned it into a park. I'll have to do a video over there sometime. But what would happen is these tracks going down the road, all the streets were bumpy and rough. And so since they weren't using the trains anymore, they ripped out most of the lines. But there's still this line here on Pine Street, which goes from, this is about 3rd Avenue and goes up to just past 11th Avenue. There's kind of a medical center there. That's the terminus of that line, where it used to intersect to a main road up there called Tieton. And then the other line, just about 2 or 3 blocks behind me here, it makes a right turn and it cuts right through the middle of a high school, Davis High School, D-A-V-I-S, Davis High School, if you want to look at that on a map. And I hear the horn now, so they're hopefully coming back. So the line goes right through the middle of this high school campus, and then it goes out all the way across town, goes through a cut in the hills or mountains here called Sela Gap. It's where the river, railroad, highway, power, everything goes through there. And it goes out to a little town called Sela, which is unfortunately the terminus of the line is just kind of right at the beginning of Sela. So if you ride the trolleys out there, it's a fun ride, and you go through the city. You're going through city streets, and then you're going through this big cut in the hills and mountains. There's a river. You go across the bridge over the river, and all that. It's really very scenic. It's a real nice mix of local cityscape and you know, scenic country. But unfortunately, you just get to Sela and they just kind of hang out there for a little while and they turn the trolley around and come back the other way. But there's really not much to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't. The city of Sela, kind of like the city of Yakima, they ripped out the trolley line or the trolley tracks, so they don't have the trolleys really going anywhere where tourists want to go. But it's still a fun trip to do, and it's like $5 to ride the trolley for. You know, it takes about 2 hours to do the round trip, so it's pretty cheap entertainment. So at some point here, I'll have to figure out if I can remember how to flip the camera around. So I do hear both the locomotive and the trolley coming down the line. Let's see if I try to figure out how to do this. Oh, no, I turned it off. Okay, so let's see here. Hey, Gus Hadley, lunatic from Arno. How you doing, man? I haven't been looking to see if anybody's on. Gus is here. Thanks for joining in, Gus. Yeah, this was the Apple line for sure. When I was a kid growing up, they had 2 of these locomotives. One's down in California now at the, I think, I can't remember what it's called, the Orange County Rail Museum, something like that down in California. And apparently it still runs. One of the problems here is whenever I come here, one of the things that happens when every time I come here and try to shoot videos is the sun is always coming from over here, and so trying to take pictures and videos is awful because the sun is kind of going the wrong way, and then where they park the trains and the trolleys and stuff is the only view you get really with them with the trolley barn in the background is like in the dark. So like me right now, but I hope I can figure out how to flip my camera around. Let's see. Nope. Can't remember how to do it. Let's see. It's got to be. I wonder if I can do it on the. It's the camera. So. I'm gonna try. I hope I'm still on. I hear the horn coming. Let's see. Okay, that's good. All right. Well, I hope I'm still live. Yeah, it looks like we're still on. So here comes the 298. I'll have to do it this way, I guess. I'll just try to catch it here down the road behind me. That's number 298. Get my head out of the way. Right out there. I'll go walk around and look at that in a minute. It's about had an ambulance versus a trolley over here. So the trolley is coming down the line here. Try to get the trolley in shot here. Try to figure out how to get myself out of the shot. In the meantime, I've shot some other video already, so I'll put out a better video than this. But Settings. Oh, here we go. Camera. There we go. Oh, here we go. I got it. Facing back. Okay, now we're talking. So you don't have to look at me now. So here comes the trolley. So that's trolley 1976. So we'll just kind of follow him in and but here's the number 298 here, the birthday boy, birthday girl maybe. So we'll go do a walk around here. Try not to get run over. These trucks are a little bigger than the ones I'm used to. I don't think I could snap these ones back on if they fell off. They dress pretty fancy for a freight train. So YVT company was Yakima Valley Transportation Company. Now it's Yakima Valley Trolleys. And they're actually doing a fundraiser, trying to raise about $35,000 to refurbish one of the electric motors is in need of overhaul. I think other projects on performance, I think. Number 298. 100 streets when I was a kid. Car behind everybody to get out of their way. Well, you could sure feel it, all the heavy weight coming down the road.
16, 17 tons. This one's 50. This is the only time we've had it out. Every time it's out, I'm on top of it. What I got, you have to work on. You got 3 motors. Class C, Class B, and Class A. Class C lets you run the truck. B lets you run the line car. Trolleys. Well, and I was thinking that.
Wow, 20 loaded boxcars.
They wanted to do the
Saying it's about 30 miles per hour. No speedometer. It says they determine their speed by cell phone and GPS. Now here's their little van here. This has a pickup on it. This is one of the only items you can get a picture of in the sun. Check this out. I don't think that actually works. The is going on this week. Just get a little up here. One. Pacific New Zealand. Cool. Express the Yakima Trolley. Birth kid. Yep. Here's the. They've got a truck there for servicing their lines. They also have a work car inside. So a couple of boxes, I got about 4 boxes right here. Here they go. I was hoping it would going out again. I'm sure it will. No, by the power station. Might as well go take a look at that. You can see there's actually pretty decent crowd all told. There's people out on the trolley, and although it's not, it's more than normal. Quite a few people here from Seattle, from town. Might need to redo the decking here one of these days. Got all their poles. Go in here and take a look around. Generators. Dude. Here's the fairgrounds, 1914. I think it's not busy now. I love the old street scenes. There's people everywhere. And the trolley. They have one of these old trolleys is over at Snoqualmie, Washington, at the Rail Museum there. They're apparently going to refurbish it and bring it back over here and run it. These generators are cool. There's a sign here. Please do not let your children climb, play, or pull on the wires on this equipment. Here's the 250. That's the old depot. Or book about the Yakima like connection here. How oh, there we are. Just as soon as there we go. All right, we're back. So, locomotive is going to be coming out of here. Try to find a spot where I can at least see. right, here's what we'll do. We'll back across the street. Looks like it's going to go. We go back across the street. Looks like they have a problem with their switch. Meanwhile, we have one of the cars from the parade here. Right on, man. Oh, you're all right. So, thanks for tuning in to the Apple and Orange Line live stream, or the replay of the live stream. Thanks for the shout out, Gus. I saw you asked if the old steeple cab, if it still runs, and yes, it does. And hopefully, we will see it run here as soon as they get the switch sorted out. Gus, maybe you know, do switches get rocks and gravel stuck in them and jammed up? It seems like that would be a frequent problem. I don't know anything about real switches, just Lionel switches. I think Lionel switches are more reliable than these 115-year-old switches. How many volunteers does it take to diagnose a switch? We're at 6 right now. We're going to be up to 8 here momentarily. I bet this kid could figure it out. Probably run it from his iPhone. So it's a neat old building here, the trolley barn. There, I don't think it's open right now. For a lot of times they just have it open. You can go in there and wander around. They usually have somebody in there showing you around. But I'll have to come down here on another day and take a tour. They've got some other old trolleys in there. They're newer than the Brill type. They're probably from the 40s and 50s. A couple of those in there. There's a healthcare organization next door over here. They've kind of taken over everything around here. And they would very much like to that stuff. Then they took and there's Porto. Wow. So I think we yeah. Step down. To go out and explore a little bit, but I think eventually in railroad. The main railroad line is just most of the buildings there. Would have been over NSF. But railroad was actually for a long time started. It was sold in. They ran. Well, was the so I'm to just leave the dryer and bring the locomotive out. Hold it. So I'm still there's a cake in there that's calling my name. And I'd like to go home and watch football. I thought this trip was going to last about 5 minutes. 7 minutes here. So the board. A new adventure for them. a lot of photographers and people with drones and sophisticated video equipment and cameras and stuff. It's good to see the interest. I've talked to a lot of people from out of town. A lot of people from Seattle came over, which is about a little over a 2-hour drive from downtown Seattle, T-Mobile, where the Mariners and the Seahawks play, right downtown. Yeah, it's not bad. Scanner in my pocket. Pardon. Oh, something. We'll have their beeper on. I mean, some on. Sounds like they had a pursuit. That police car was hauling the mail. He was out in the oncoming lane going extremely fast.
2959, negative. When I turned around on it, they left so they would confirm he was in the vehicle. Based on the way he's driving, now I'm going to assume it is.
Okay, so I think the trolley's going to go. I know they had at least one passenger on there. Like a city bus. All right, now it's number 298. GE Steeple Cab, 50 ton. And then folded bar. They turn one. Trying to raise $30 right now. If you go to search for Yakima Valley Trolleys website, tour. I'll put it into a video posts. The Trolleys, fundraising was 30,000, might be less than that, but 35,000 was kind of the top end of what. Got to listen to that. This and just walk where the locomotive is right now. North, that's the Sela line that cuts right through the middle of the Davis. Over the river there, and then a gap into the town of Sela. Basically parallels along the Northern Pacific BNSF there. I think I'll wrap it up here. For those of you who tuned in, Gus and Mr. Rail Yard. I can't really see my screen very well, so I can't tell who all's on. But I think I'm going to start wrapping it up here, but I'll try to flip the camera around. Okay, so there we are. We're back on. Downtown Yakima. Right here on Apple and Orange line. To the videos. I just added them. Washington State Fair for a static all week for the next 10 days. So if you're in the area, come on by. Thanks again for tuning into the Apple and Orange line and this live stream. It's a little rough. I'm having a lot of data connection issues, so I apologize for that. I'll put some time markers so you can get right to the actual action parts. So thanks again for tuning in the Apple and Orange line. We'll see you here again soon.